Welcome back to another episode of Positively Uncensored, your favorite reality TV and interview podcast. Today I'm going to be getting into episodes 3 and 4 of Love Island. There's no episode of Love Island on tonight, no standard episode that is. There is the Love Island After Sun. I will potentially tune in to see if they have the audacity to bring Ulissa on, because isn't this usually supposed to be some sort of exit interview? Other than that, I'm not going to watch the full thing. In my recaps, just be prepared for that. For most weeks, I will not be recapping or reviewing the Love Island After Sun. I think most of us are not watching. If you are watching and you're disappointed by this, please indicate so in the comments so that I can know. Without further ado, let's get into the start of the Love Island episode. So the episode starts with Ace suggesting that all the guys slow their roll and get to know everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Because it's day 3, episode 3, day 3. What are we doing here? It's been 72 hours. I I can't understand why there's so many Islanders hell bent on putting all their eggs in one basket, to use the Love Island terms, so quick out of the gate. So thank you, Ace. Um, basically, he added something really intelligent as well to the conversation, saying that even when Huta had her comment, because we're piggybacking off of that, the last episode, Huta made her comment interrupting the ceremony and was basically like, to Shelly and Alandria, like, you girls don't deserve this. These men are trash. And he was like, her comment basically implies that everybody should be coupled up. And I agree, because no, what are we doing? Now, Hutta's crying over Alandria telling her not right now, which is a choice. I don't think Alandria didn't say anything wrong to her. And especially the comments that we hear Hutta say in these next couple of episodes towards the other girls, I'm not quite sure why it landed so bad with her. All Andrea was saying was, please, like, basically don't speak for me. That's what I got from that. But she was crying and she basically thought that it could have been said in private. I think that the same could be said in reverse. I think that she could have waited until after and been like, oh my gosh, that was so embarrassing, or you guys didn't deserve that, or even just sort of read the room, right? Sort of see how your friends feel before you offer feedback, especially since she was the only one sitting there whose person didn't get up. And Ace didn't get up voluntarily, just to say again, he was single, so they had him go to the front. And again, everybody was stepping forward if they had interest in getting to know Sierra. Sierra was an amazing bombshell. She really did her thing. Now, Bella has a conversation with Alandria, and she tells her, basically what I got was, it landed like she did too much. I disagree completely. I don't think it landed that way at all. And I think that her comment is really what made Alandria realize that other people at home may have that impression. And we see this time after time with other seasons. It seems like people are always tone policing Black women on reality TV. So, Alandria basically has a conversation with Hutto right after and walks things back. I think that she knew what people may be saying at home. To me, that's unfortunate. If she was able to just be able to say, no, actually, you were doing too much. I don't need you to interject. We don't know each other that well. Because to me, it's just too much. Even since the moment she entered the villa, all of the sisterhood stuff, telling them her secrets when she doesn't know them, to know that they would keep that. It's also just sort of a burden to keep someone's secret that's that heavy, or like that impactful on their life. If you accidentally slip up and say it, it's just a lot to put on someone. So Landria, like I said, she talks to Hutta and she says that she didn't mean to escalate things, that she was basically trying to say that we're going to talk about things later, we're going to have a juicy chat then. And Hutta and Alandria talk and make up. I hate at the end that Alandria is feeling like, she basically makes some sort of comment like, I promise I'm going to get my shit together. And I don't think she needs to do that at all. I think if anybody needs to get their shit together, it's Hutta. And I think you can see the age difference too, right? Even though it's only 3 years, Hutta's 24, Alandria is 27. I mean, age 26, you get kicked off your parents' insurance. That alone, your body starts to change as you approach late 20s. I think there's just a big difference in mentality. But I didn't love it. I didn't love the waterworks. I think that after you have a conversation where a Black woman is speaking up for herself, I think the very least, if you're going to cry, like, go somewhere else. Like, go somewhere else. Don't make that the takeaway from the conversation. Don't make everybody else like come to your rescue and support you and make it seem like she's the villain. And I'm not saying that Huda intentionally did that, but that's its impact over intention, right? So Taylor has a conversation with Alandria, and he basically tells her that she can't be mad that he stood up and showed interest for Sierra because she just had a kiss with Ace the night before. Oh, yeah, and she was very honest about that with him. To be fair, I like the fact that they're both being very honest with each other. And also, I appreciated in episode 4 Taylor wasn't jealous at all during that baseball kissing game. Like he was like very supportive of Alandria and not controlling, complete opposite to what was happening with Huda's reaction. So I enjoyed seeing that. I'm going to have to go back and watch how Jeremiah reacted to Huda kissing everybody else but him. But Taylor was super supportive. Now, Shelly tells Austin that she was surprised that he stood up. She's not ready to jump ship quite yet. I hate that. I hate that. Now, spoiler for episode 4, we finally get to see them break up because all of us have been like, Austin, get away from her this entire time. Now, Ace tells Shelly that he was actually happy that Austin stood up, respectfully though, and politely sort of steals a kiss from her on the head. I thought that that moment was kind of endearing. I'm going to be honest. I think that she thought so as well. Sierra and Nicholas have a conversation, and their personalities are a very good match together. I'm still thinking he's probably going to be with Bella for a bit longer, but I think that end game still, even though we haven't seen any of them connecting yet, just based off the promo and comparing from last year, if I'm to guess, I think that him and Alandria have a connection. If we remember, he kissed her during the game where he got to show interest in whoever he was interested in besides who he was currently coupled up with, which was Bella at the time. Bella's crying over feeling small while Nick is basically in the photo booth playing with Sierra's titties. Okay, let's take a moment for Alandria and her plaid bikini, hat, and heels. A look. A look. I'm actually putting that. I'm doing a top 5 moments from the week, and I'm including that in that because she looked amazing. Nicholas talks to Bella and calls her Belle Dasha, which I wrote down because I'm wondering if anybody else noticed that. I think that was the first time I've heard him call her that nickname. And I don't know if they just naturally started calling her that in the island or if anybody else thinks that it's oddly coincidental with what we've been calling her online. And if that's sort of an indication that some of the producers or crew are telling the cast what's happening online. I thought that was super, super interesting. So he talks to Bella and he basically says, looking at the facts of the last 2 days, and then breaks up with her. Now, there are a couple of love triangles happening at this point in the episode. There's Sierra, Nick, and Bella for one love triangle. Then there's Ace, Austin, and Shelly, which we know comes to a close soon. And then Huda, Ace, and Jeremiah. And I'm not sure that that's a legitimate love triangle because I don't know if Ace actually has intentions to be interested in Huda or if he's more or less trying to poke at Jeremiah. So Ace talks about his connection with Shelly right in front of Austin. I thought that this was funny. Austin, take a hint. Jeremiah says that his type was foreign Latina. Like another reason to dislike him, I guess. Am I surprised from him? Not really. Huda's worried that someone is going to use being a mother against her because that's happened to her in the real world. And her main 2 fears are upset that Jeremiah is going to be mad that she didn't tell him sooner or that he's going to leave because he doesn't want to be with a mom. And I think that both of those fears, while completely legitimate, would not be there if Huda had just started with and led with the fact that she was a mom. I think starting with, I'm a package deal, I have a daughter, you either are excited about that and you want the both of us in your life or you don't. Like, make your intentions clear right off the bat. I think her dating trajectory would be a lot different. That's what I think. If she's opened with that. Now, some people are speculating online that production told her when she could tell Jeremiah. I'm all for reality TV conspiracies involving producers. However, in this situation, I don't really think that's the case. I think that she said multiple times that that's kind of typically how she dates. So I'm personally not getting that. Let me know what you think in the comments though, or if you're listening on Spotify, you can leave a comment on the episodes now. If you're listening on YouTube, leave a comment below. Let's see. Okay, so then they play a game, and I wrote down a couple of things. The number of times that the men cheated. Austin cheated the most on somebody 6 times. Now, it's unclear if he cheated on the same girl 6 times or if he cheated on 6 separate relationships. But we find out either in the same episode or different episode that he also slept with 104 girls. So it could really be either. It could really be either. I don't believe that either. I think Austin's ugly. However, he does look like he would send an unsolicited dick pic. He looks like he has a dirty dick. So I guess I wouldn't be surprised either. Willing participant sleeping with Austin. I don't know. Let's see. What happened next? Oh yeah, Jeremiah said that 1 month after he cheated, he told his relationship that he cheated on her. I guess we'll see because we're seeing everything unfold on the internet this season. So I'm sure his ex will probably chime in online, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll probably get to hear if that was the actual reality. Nick said initially that he cheated 0 times, then admitted he cheated 1 time. His ex is on TikTok and she's talking about the fact that she's really finding this out real time. She had no idea about that prior. I think also his ex, by the way, was like Destiny something, maybe Destiny Davidson. She was just walked in Miami Swim. So I don't know. I guess Nick really pulls outside of the villa as well. Shelly's a girl's girl. She admitted that she cheated with her homegirl in the club. Austin said that he once had sex with 4 girls in one day. Shelly was one of the other girls who had sex with more than one person in a day, but she said that she was dating 2 girls. The men applaud this. Let's see. Oh yeah, I don't like Jeremiah's reaction towards Huda at all. He basically is like, "Damn!" when he finds out that Huda slept with 2 men in one day. He's being awfully judgmental for somebody who has cheated, is a man, probably moves the same way himself. It's always this like weird purity complex in these games towards the women. Ace tried to lie and say that he's never said that he loves somebody. I'm glad that they called him on that because let's be so real. Jeremiah said that he told 10 girls he loves them, and Nick said that he told 50 girls that he loves them. I don't know if he means ironically or not. He also says that he was in a long distance relationship and sent 800 nudes. Austin said he sent thousands of nudes. Again, he looks like he would send an unsolicited dick pic, so I wouldn't be surprised if 900 of them were just exactly that. I hate when they play the games where they talk about body count. However, for the men, sometimes it's enlightening. Like Charlie's trying to pin himself off as this like English gentleman. And instead, like he slept with 108 girls. There's been videos of him going around on TikTok where he has cornrows or he has braids in his hair. So I don't know if we're really getting the real Charlie right now. Taylor, who's Taylor? Taylor. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, just for research purposes, Taylor slept with 21, Nick 22, Ace 25, and this is where we learn that Austin slept with 104 girls. I think that Shelly real time got the ick with Austin. And I think that she had it before, but I think she was just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, be a little gracious with her time. But I think real time, this gave her the ick. Again, like I said, I hate when they ask the women these questions because there's always this sort of shaming of women based on how many partners they've slept with. I will say that I think that Bella sleeping with so few people and Sierra having the most amount of partners out of the women there. She slept with 18 people. I think that that's causing a dynamic between them that we see play out in episode 4. And I will comment on that when we get there, but I feel bad for them that the position they're in because it's just really not a fair position to be in. Ace has a conversation with Jeremiah where he plays devil's advocate or he plays devil's on the shoulder. I don't know. He tries to get in his head and he basically talks to him about Huta having 2 guys in one day. I don't know what he says, actually. All I remember is that he was getting in his head and trying to plant seeds of doubt. Taylor and Ace talk about Jeremiah behind his back, about how he's definitely love bombing Huta. I was happy that Taylor agreed, although I think he's looking at Ace like, you're a little bit messy. Why are we talking about this? But I agree. I absolutely agree. They're both doing it. Jeremiah's love bombing, Hutta's love bombing. They're both the same there. Let's see. Okay, in the end of episode 3, Huta tells Jeremiah that she's a mom, and it ends with him just looking at her. So episode 4 starts with his reaction. So as soon as Huta, getting into episode 4, mentions that she's a mom, Jeremiah's first reaction is to mention that they could win. Like, essentially, she says, I'm a mom, and he's like, when we win this thing, and it's like, send him home. Nope. If anybody watched the show Extracted, extract him. Take him out. I feel like early seasons, as soon as you talked about wanting to win, or as soon as we picked up on the fact that you just wanted to win and didn't like the person you were with, I feel like either production took you out or viewers at home sent you home. That's what I feel like. Bella has a conversation where she talks to Nick. They flirt together. She admits that she likes him and realized when Sierra stole him, she says. I don't know if that's the case. It's early days. That could totally be the case. It could be a case of liking him when she sees that another girl is interested. I'm not sure. I think that because of their ages, vast majority of different things could be going on. Sierra's feeling insecure. This is where we'll talk about it, about her body count. I think she feels like perhaps Nick may be feeling some way, whether he feels like excited about Bella sleeping with so few people because he feels like he gets the opportunity to be like the second person that she sleeps with. It's gross. It's a very weird mindset, but I understand Sierra being in the middle of a love triangle where she's looking for reasons as to why Nick may not be interested in her. And so she's grappling onto things. I also think that we hear Bella talk about her like purity in a sense and really hype that up as if it's something that men should be excited about. And I think that that probably adds to Sierra's feelings. In the morning, the men drop off their breakfast, and before Jeremiah even has a chance to bring breakfast for Huta, she's already wondering if he's going to. And she's like, "Ugh, I didn't get breakfast." It's like, hold on, just like wait 10 minutes. They're just now trickling in. Austin has a conversation with Shelly and asks if she sees him romantically, and she's like, no. And the crowd went wild. Thank you. Thank you. We've been waiting for that. Then they do their baseball game. I did not write down who chose who. Okay. I just basically wrote down the notes. Basically, Huta's worried as they're doing this because there's 4 bases. First base is someone that you want to get to first base with. Fourth base is obviously someone that you like the most. Okay. And Huta is already worried in advance about having to see Jeremiah kiss other girls. She thinks that all the other girls are going to pick Jeremiah. Meanwhile, they have to bring in a bombshell that they probably told to pick Jeremiah just to cause tension because that's not what happens. Like your fears, they're imaginary. Ace was picked a lot from the game. So everybody goes, then the bombshells come out. First of all, Alandria's performance, stunning again. Okay. Same with Shelly. Taylor was hilarious. We finally got to see some of his personality. That's going on there for one of the top 5 moments of the week for me. When there's 2 new bombshells are announced, I think one's name is Hannah and the other girl's name is Amaya. And Amaya picks Jeremiah and puts her as puts him as fourth. And Huta is pissed. She flips off the cameras. That she just doesn't like her. She's like, I think that's the dumbest decision that she could have made. Doesn't she see what me and Jeremiah have? And it's like, no. Like, and even if she did, like, that's pretty much the entire point. Like, she's a bombshell. She's a bombshell. Have you ever watched the show? I feel like the bombshells have very little control as far as what they say when they enter, as far as who they're supposed to kiss, what they're supposed to do. They're bombshells. Bomb. Cause a mess. They're supposed to cause a mess, cause tension, find the most solid couple, and go after them. That's what bombshells do. Huta, I don't think this was the show for you for multiple reasons. So like I said, she flips off the cameras. She's super pissed. She's crying in her confessional. She has a conversation after and tells Sierra that she's proved now that she's one of our sisters. Mind you, Sierra tried to have a conversation with Jeremiah 24 hours ago, and Huta posted up so that she could watch him and was really rude, honestly. Came and stole Jeremiah in the middle of it. So it's like, you guys are not sisters. You say that term and very manipulative. You say that term so that other people have some sort of weird loyalty. You're not sisters. And she's like, I'm a mom. I just told him this 24 hours ago. And it's like, that part is fair. However, you guys are still on Love Island. I guess go home. I guess the two of you go home then, because the rest of the game is still going to play out its course, and you haven't even gotten to Casa yet. I mean, you're going to have to need a blood pressure cuff on Huda. I don't even know. Um, Bella, this is the first time that she kisses the guys. And honestly, as much as I was saying that this might not be the show for Bella because it's disgusting, everybody's kissing, making out, whatever. Honestly, wishes she didn't kiss any of them. I'm just gonna say, like, I honestly wish she didn't. I honestly wish she didn't. The men vote for her as being the best moment. I disagree. I think it was Alandria, as stated. Huta tells Shelly, so she has a conversation with Shelly, and Shelly's reaction to Huta was basically all of us watching at home, or at least it was me. She's basically like, I don't like the new girl at all. She calls her a bitch. She's like, I just don't trust her intentions. And it's like, it's just too much. It's just too much. She's had problems with how many people so far? Definitely Sierra, now Amaya. Oh, and then it was sort of like her problem that she started, but with Alandria as well. So it's just weird. It's getting weird. So she doesn't like the new girl. Shelly's like, okay, like, that's fine. You don't have to like her. To be fair, you guys don't have to be friends at all. After that, Nick pulls Bella for a chat. They kiss. Like I said in the last episode, Bella was feeling like she has feelings for him, realizing that when Sierra stole him, that she was actually interested. So they have a kiss. And right after that, he goes and makes out with Sierra in the photo booth. And I think that's how the episode ends, with them making out with each other. When Bella has a conversation with Nick, she talks about the game, and I think she says something like, oh, like, I would never kiss two guys in one day. And I feel like it's how Ulissa was like, oh, like, I'm 4'11". And I feel like it's just like this pick me thing that girls do. And it's basically like, oh, like, all the other girls are ogres. I'm the best girl. Like, you should be happy to be with me. Anybody who does anything except this is disgusting. I just think it's weird. I think it's very strange. Honestly, Bella and Huta, they can both go. They can go. Austin can go. Charlie can definitely go. I'm good on Charlie. I don't need the new bombshell Hannah. I'm good on her as well. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure that you're following me on Instagram, because I'm going to be posting the top 5 moments of the week. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that if you haven't left a review, that you leave me a review. Tell me what your top 5 moments were from this week of Love Island. Tell me if you have any predictions coming up. Father's Day is next weekend. I think I'm going to do a fun little segment where I do like a tier ranking of the hot dads from Bravo. So if you have any suggestions for who should be on there, leave that in the comments as well. I think that that would be a fun Father's Day episode. If you say Jax Taylor, immediately blocked. That's all in the episode. Have a great night. Enjoy your night off from Love Island, and I'll see you maybe this time tomorrow.